Coming up on Lindenwood News, students and parents gathered to honor those who died in the Central VPA High School shooting. Plus, early voting for the midterm election is officially underway for registered voters in Missouri. And Scrubs producer pleads not guilty to assault allegations. We have the latest details from the courtroom. Those stories and more ahead on Lindenwood News. Welcome to this edition of Lindenwood News. I'm Jessica Spivey. The community holds a vigil to honor those who died in the South St. Louis City shooting at Central VPA High School on Monday. Students and parents came together for the vigil in Tower Grove Park on Monday night. The vigil was held in memory of the student and teacher who were lost in the shooting. The community mourns those who were lost, but also came together to demand change. A Michigan teenager pleads guilty to killing 4 students in a school shooting. 16-year-old Ethan Crumbly pled guilty to all 24 charges held against him. These charges included terrorism and first-degree murder. This comes nearly a year after the shooting at Oxford High School in southeastern Michigan. Crumbly's parents are currently in jail on involuntary manslaughter charges for their role in the attack. Early voting for the midterm elections are officially underway in Missouri. Registered voters can cast their ballot in person and do not need to provide a reason for voting early. There are 4 voting locations in St. Louis City and 6 in St. Louis County. Voting locations are available at election board offices in other counties. Early voters are required to show their photo ID. The St. Louis Water Division issues a precautionary boil advisory on Tuesday for parts of North and South City. The Water Division detected low water pressure at one of its treatment plants. They say this is a result of substantial voltage drop from incoming power. So far, there has been no reports of contaminated water. The boil advisory will remain in effect until the city can test water samples. Straight ahead on Lindenwood News. Grandma's Cookies on Main Street is known all over the area for its baked goods. We have more about the shop's story and its owners.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Alright, let's try this.
COVID has been a really long fight, and it's been especially tough on kids.
It's been a rough transition for all of us.
Right now, as a father, I want to give the best tools to protect my kids.
So what can we do to get back to that sense of normalcy?
Many parents are asking if it is worth it to get their kids vaccinated against COVID.
The answer is absolutely yes.
My own sons, who are 6 and 8 years old, had their COVID vaccine.
It's an added layer of protection to keep kids from getting any type of severe illness or complications from a COVID infection.
A lot of parents are also wondering if the vaccines are safe.
Yes, it's safe and effective for children.
Definitely safer than a COVID infection.
Children get a smaller dosage than adults do.
So if you have questions or concerns about the vaccine, that's okay.
We're here to help.
We have the tools we need to protect kids and help them stay healthy, and all get through this together.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
The executive producer of the TV show Scrubs pleads not guilty to sexual assault charges. Eric Weinberg was arrested last month for sexually assaulting 5 women after luring them to photo shoots. He is charged with 18 felony counts, including rape, oral copulation, and forcible sexual penetration. Weinberg's bail was denied, and he will return to court on November 15th. Central VPA High School moves to virtual learning after Monday's school shooting. All classes will be online for Central VPA High School starting today. After 3 people were killed and 7 injured in the school shooting, there will be no in-person classes this week. A St. Louis Public Schools conference said the building is not considered a crime scene anymore. However, students and staff are still not allowed back into the school at this time. Ye West has fallen from the Forbes billionaire list after cutting ties with Adidas. Ye West has been dropped by Adidas after another social media outburst. The brand says that they will be stopping the production of all of West's products immediately. This comes after another social media scandal in which West made several anti-Semitic remarks. According to Forbes, West's contract with Adidas accounted for nearly $1.5 billion of his net worth. Donut King has been a St. Charles treasure for over 50 years. I had the opportunity to visit and learn more about the story behind this long-standing donut shop.
In the beginning of 2018, Donut King closed after the original owners decided to retire. When Alyssa Tannen heard the news from her father, she decided to buy the shop with her husband Paul and reopened Donut King in March of 2018.
He comes one day after New Year's and there's a sign on the door that says, "Thanks for the years of business, but we're going to close down." So my dad's telling me this, and I was like, well, you should help us buy it and Paul can run it, because at the time I was teaching.
Donut King offers guests a wide selection of donuts that are made from scratch each morning. From this display of treats, the one donut in particular that takes the crown is the world-famous chop suey.
So it's donut holes in the scraps that we put together and add cinnamon, and it's basically a cinnamon fritter.
Handling the role of making the donuts, Paul arrives as early as 9 p.m. the nights before service to begin baking. Service is open Wednesday through Sunday starting at 5 a.m. and donuts are sold until supplies run out.
It takes about a half hour for everything to heat up and get going, and so yeah, I cooked for 11 hours today and we're almost sold out.
For Paul and Alyssa, their love for donuts is at the very heart of their business. This passion shines through in the craftsmanship and presentation of their donuts.
So we've kept all the recipes the same. The only thing we've done is added like a donut of the month. Some of them have stuck, like the unicorn, the strawberry sprinkle.
Donut King has been serving the St. Charles community for decades. If you would like to check them out, their shop is near the intersection off First Capitol and 5th Street in St. Charles.
Cool weather and sunny skies leading into Halloween weekend. Stay tuned for the full forecast after the break.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope, I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay. You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Taking a look at the national map, a cold front is moving towards the east coast from the Midwest. This front is bringing showers and thunderstorms to Michigan and Ohio. On the west coast, there are 2 cold fronts moving down towards Arizona. Snow is expected in both Idaho and Colorado. The Midwest can also expect cool and dry conditions because of a high pressure system. Current conditions in the area are warm with temperatures in the high 50s and low 60s. Here in St. Charles, it is currently 58 degrees. Over in St. Louis, it is 59 degrees, and Maryland Heights is also sitting at 59 degrees. Moving to the west, right now it is currently 60 degrees in both O'Fallon and St. Peters. It is a crisp fall day with sunny skies across the board. We have warm conditions for Wednesday, and this will continue as we kick off Halloween weekend. The high for Wednesday is 61 degrees. Temperatures will be similar on Thursday with a high of 60 degrees. Friday will peak at 65 degrees. As we move into the weekend, Saturday will be sitting at a high of 65 degrees. Temperatures will dip on Sunday, going down to 59 degrees. For your forecast, I'm Jane Rieksecker. Back to you.
The Blues return home after their first loss, and the St. Louis City SC announces the new name for their stadium. I'll have that and more after the break.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner!
Oh? Excellent. Soccer's fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Lindenwood takes on the William Jewell Cardinals this Saturday at Hunter Stadium after a successful homecoming game. The last time the two teams met was last year when Lindenwood beat the Cardinals in their hometown by over 40 points. Lindenwood has remained undefeated against the team for 4 straight games, dating all the way back to 2009. The game starts at 1 this Saturday and will be streaming on ESPN+. The Blues return home to take on the Oilers Wednesday night. The Blues hope to regain momentum after taking their first loss of the season to the Winnipeg Jets last Monday, losing 4-0. Edmonton is currently sitting at 3 wins and 3 losses for the season. The Blues took on Edmonton earlier this season, beating them 2-0 last Saturday. The game starts at 7 on Wednesday on ESPN+. In soccer, the St. Louis City SC announced they would be renaming the soccer field stadium. The stadium located between the Arch and Forest Park will now be called City Park. It was announced on Tuesday that Centene Corporation's partnership with the soccer club would focus more on community health and bringing the game to the bi-state area. The St. Louis soccer team is set to join the major leagues next year. And finally, the world of professional wrestling is one full of athletics and trash talk. But where do these wrestlers get their start? I had the opportunity to talk to one local wrestling trainer about how a wrestler's story begins. Dynamo Pro Wrestling is one of several wrestling promotions in the St. Louis area. Sadie Blaze, a trainer of nearly 20 years, works with the company to teach new talent.
My favorite thing is that you spend a lot of time with a person. You spend, 6, 7, 8 months, a year with a person, and you just get to watch them progress. It's almost like raising a kid, but much quicker.
The Dojo is one of many businesses located here at the historic Limp Brewery in downtown St. Louis. The Dojo also doubles as storage for the company, holding production materials, barricades, and even the ring itself, which is dismantled before every show. Blaze says that despite the messiness of the dojo, the training has received positive reception.
A good day we have 7 to 10. It's usually 3 to 5. We have 3 different nights of training, so some nights work better than others for people. All of our trainers are good at what they do, and any given night that somebody comes down here, they can get plenty of training.
I only get to see them about 4 hours a week each, but it's still a lot of time in just one day, so it's a lot more personal than I thought it would be.
Blaze says the time between training and a student's first match can vary from student to student.
It really depends on the person. I've seen people start wrestling regularly within 6 months. Other people, it takes maybe a year and a half. It just depends on how well people take to the training, how dedicated they are.
Blaze says he is hopeful that students will learn from the upcoming Halloween event. From Lindenwood News, I'm Daniel Matt. That's it for sports. I'm Daniel Matt. Back to you guys.
Grandma's Cookies has been a part of St. Charles for years. Lindenwood News' Ava Lorenz had the chance to go inside and learn more about Grandma and the story on how her cookie shop started.
Grandma's Cookies has been around since 1976. Teresa Rubio is the owner of the store. She started working here when she was 10 years old. Her mom had a shop down the street, so she would come and help.
I would come down and just help her out every day or whatever I could. And so I made like $15 a day. Back then I thought I was just so rich.
Grandma is Teresa's cousin Grandma. She was running a dress shop on Main Street, and to keep her kids busy, she would make them give away cookies at the window for free.
She did that for quite some time, and then she realized that she was selling more cookies than she was dresses. And then she actually then started making the cookies and then selling them out the kitchen window.
Teresa took her grandma's business in 2004. She started doing it outside, and in 2008, she started doing it inside the store again. Laurie Schneider is the manager of Grandma's Cookies. He has been working at this store for 5 years now.
Her idea was never to have the best cookies, it was to have the most affordable cookies for fun. And if you look at our pricing, there's nobody that touches our pricing because of that. Any other cookie shop is not going to have the pricing that we have.
Grandma would sit outside and wait for homeless people to give them not only cookies, but also to give them love.
It's about serving other people and doing it with love. And we really, here at Grandma's, we feel like love and bakery are two different things because you like the food that people that loved you made you. So your grandma made stuff, you're going to come in here looking for something like she has. And so that's kind of the whole philosophy that Grandma's was made on.
Grandma's Cookies is situated on South Main Street in St. Charles. It is open every single day of the week from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. For Lindenwood News, I'm Ava Lorenz.
That's it for this edition of Lindenwood News. I'm Jessica Spivey. Thanks for joining us.